These two by Gary Grigsby and 2x3 Games. An excellent grand strategy war game. And this is an old campaign I played about 2 years ago, back in 2021. And we are now going to follow the adventures of me learning slowly the game. And I rescued these save files from an old PC that I have here and reinstalling, etc. And I put it into my new PC, and I was thinking to go through it in some sort of after action report. So we're gonna jump into the 1st September turn, which would be turn 12, I believe. And yeah, this was played the 3rd of June, 2 years ago. Since it's 2023 at the recording moments. The AI is set to 120 difficulty. The human Soviet forces played by me are set at 100 normal difficulty. But you will be able to tell how strong the AI is at 120. It gives them, they're cheating with the zone of control and a bunch of other supply issues. It's like 120 is a cheat level, or is it 110? It doesn't matter. So we lost 111,000. Jesus. I withdrew 200,000 troops from the map. Yeah, I think this is where the crisis starts. I'm losing 3,000 artillery as well. Okay, I do deploy 500 tanks. I lost 1,000 airplanes. I couldn't tell you where, but I mean, losing 99 tanks, that's nothing. 1,600 artillery, that's very common, 1,600. I've seen that many months. But overall, I'm losing 3,000 artillery on the map. So something happened here. Maybe I realized that I need to send divisions into the Soviet reserve to refit them more quickly and regain their morale. I think that might be it. That I've been repairing them, refitting them on map before, and I was like, ooh, that's not gonna work. My lines are slowly crumbling from the Axis AI assault. So I need to really overhaul the divisions that are crushed. And obviously that's gonna make me even weaker. We will see. So 7th of September, turn 12. Yep, you can see that we now lost the suburbs of Leningrad. I want to examine that. So first we were scouted. We only have 14,000 troops, but we have a level 3 fort. The next turn we get a held result, but they lose 65, and this is nothing. We do have fighters, but we lose 25 fighters. Yeah, because the Germans are sending in fighters as well. Oh, we're trying to intercept his bombers. All right. Next time, we lose 3 and he 22. We lost 31 fighters. What's he attacking with? 1 division, I guess. Yeah, Totenkopf, 18,000 troops. All right, but then we surrender. Yeah, we rout. We lose 11,000. I mean, come on. We're sitting in level 2 forts. It's urban terrain, or at least it's city terrain. We have good leaders. And I rout and lose 11,000. Maybe. Wait. He's got 511,000 combat value. 5 engineer points. And I get 0 combat value. I don't quite understand this. But I mean, it is a disaster. You can't see the die roll or anything. I mean, sure, 36,000. 1st Infantry Division, that's like the best infantry division in the game. And Totenkopf is not a bad division either. It's very good. So I don't quite understand how it could go so badly. Maybe I just get unlucky with the random outcome. But in any case, the outskirts, suburbs of Leningrad is lost. And I think they took, yep, they did take both suburbs here. both these provinces. That means, okay, I can still fight in level 3 forts behind the river. Alright, at least I've gotten up to level 3 forts here in these two provinces. But I should have fought harder for these provinces. That was a mistake on my side. As you can see here, I have one division, the 207. I overestimated the strength of city terrain, and I was stretched on other parts of the front. But I do seem to be able to hold on to the central part of the front. So I would call this disaster struck again. I was off balance around Leningrad all the time, and this certainly didn't help. And it would seem like now the Germans, they're kind of pushing up here into the wilderness and outflanking our South Lake Ilmen position from the south here. I'm desperately trying to hang on to the railroad here. They're pushing a little bit towards Rzhev, but nothing major. And then they're pushing towards Vyazma. I feel like I'm doing a decent defensive work here, probably because I have like 1700 tanks in a tank army behind us, a reserve. They're pushing towards Moscow here. Another tank army defending. They're grinding their way towards Moscow, but since I'm so strong here, it's not blitzkrieg any longer. A human player would probably have taken a right hook through this thin line here, maybe, or something. This plays a bit to the Soviet advantage. Grinding combat, doesn't it? Then it would appear out of nowhere there's a major offensive north of Kursk. Kursk itself is holding, but we are now sitting on the open Russian steppe without a single defensive fortification here. And you can see there are armored units here. Now the AI has spread out. This is probably a full Panzer Corps, and they're heading towards Voronezh. Is this the right thing to do now, especially when the offensive versus Moscow kind of has bogged down? I don't think the AI now, or at this stage of the game's development, is skilled enough to kind of have a scripted plan to focus on certain areas. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not so sure I like this move. Sending a... Sure, they're throwing me out of the position, inflicting a bunch of losses. I'm sure these divisions are properly banged up. But I do have, as you can see, a secondary... I have the 38th Army. Did I... Yeah, I think I have a better... I have Bobkin. He's a good tank leader. So, at least this turn, I know what I did with my action points. I exchanged the bad leader for a good tank leader here. So, I mean, I'm not too unhappy about having the Germans push towards Voronezh at this stage here. I think it's an AI mistake. Right, so Kursk is under very heavy pressure. And then we see the Germans pushing in across Kharkov. I guess they already had very good troops here, so why not? Yep, they're across the river. But I mean, wouldn't it have been better to kind of swing around and threaten Stalino, considering how this part of the line, excuse me, is only cavalry, and it's been so for about 5-6 turns. Now we can see motorized regiments approaching here, and more motorized behind cavalry. So yeah, we have a real threat there. We only got level 1 forts, and our secondary line here isn't very much stronger. It's not looking too good, is it? However, the northern Stalino line, we have mechanized with 10 defense in the front line, and we have a full... Okay, so here's another tank army. I can't remember if has it been here? I know I have had some mechanized and tank forces here, but I think it's been increased. Let's see. Yeah, I probably 51st Army under Batov. Yeah, he's a 6. He's a tank leader. So we have another tank. That's like the 4th of our tank armies we've seen, and it has 1,500 tanks. Okay, so I have been reinforcing Stalina with a full tank army, 1,600 tanks. I don't know why I'm keeping this line this week. Yeah, I know why. Because there aren't simply forces to put in there. I remember feeling very, very stretched at this time. Did I do the correct prioritizations? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Oops, look at this. What happened here? Boom, boom. Okay, only 2 hexes lost. I have to say, that's looking pretty good. I mean, this gives me time to defend. Okay, so why am I not defending south of Rostov? Because I'm defending Kerch. And Odessa fell. But okay, so this is interesting. First it held. Oh. So they attacked once, losing 3,000 to our 1,000, and I have 50,000 troops left there. So I must have pulled out a couple of divisions last turn. I forgot to check, but I used to have 190,000. So I pulled out a few defenders, and then obviously I felt it was time to abandon Odessa. Let me check in. Excuse me. If I go back to turn 11, turn 12, I think you will see maybe there's a save here called, yeah, Odessa evacuation complete. I don't know why it's called turn 1. It's probably supposed to be 12. So I made like a save scum security save here because I didn't know how evacuations out of a city fort worked. I didn't know what was going to happen if I fought in a isolated port and I got a retreat result. Would all troops get isolated and eliminated, or would they retreat over the ocean? I think they can do that, but I'm still asking. So anyway, it seems like I got all these troops pulled out, and they are now reinforcing the Kerch Peninsula, because there's no way I've had this many troops here. So maybe one of the reasons why I'm defending here is because I pulled out like 8 divisions from Kerch. I could have sent them elsewhere, but I decided to defend here. Okay, that was a slow turn. Let's pick up the pace a bit. Turn 12, 7th of September. And we have when I start Leningrad, Kursk. Alright. I guess I did everything else, and then the most critical areas, Leningrad and Kursk, I saved for last, so I had a couple of saves there. Can't remember. Right. Mid-September, the 14th, turn 13. We lose 144,000 troops. That is way above average. 2,000 artillery, and we lose 800 tanks, 800 planes. These are heavy losses, and we're not able to replace them. We lose 130,000 troops on the map. Why am I not able to replace them? We lose 1,000 tanks, 1,700 artillery, and almost 1,000 airplanes. This does not look good. I am now starting to sweat blood as Stalin and the Stavka. In the north, we have Germans crossing the river. They're taking out that level 3 fort like it was nothing. They're even attacking into Leningrad itself, and Leningrad has fallen, September the 14th. This was a devastating player morale shock to me. I had no idea the AI was this strong. They just walked over me. We're gonna examine those battles. 50,000 to my 25,000. No fort lost. Okay, I'm sending in almost 200 planes. So maybe that's why I held it. Next time, they are attacking with 70,000 troops to my 20. I'm sending in almost 200 planes again. Now they're assaulting. I don't know what this means. 45 what? Heavy artillery siege? Yeah, because now I'm losing one factor on the fort. And I think it's worth 1,200 attacking troops, 26 tanks. My losses are very low though. And the last one, I surrender, and I have 10,000 losses out of 6,000 defenders. Don't understand that. We're down to 0 fort, of course. So the capture of Leningrad cost them 600 troops. No, that's not true. I know they lost more in the earlier battles, and we still send in 180 planes or so, and they're still not using a plane. So how incredibly strong are the Axis AI troops at this difficulty level? Other than that, yeah, they're pushing further east. And you might be thinking, now, isn't it the time to just let go and, like, we have Leningrad. Why don't we send these troops to Moscow? I don't think the AI is going to reason that way. Yeah. And I do have a stronger line here now. Yeah, we're starting to get some forts going and double, even triple divisions in certain, and a strong secondary line. And I do believe that I am kind of fiddling around with having only militia in here, so that if I do get encircled and lose it, I would only lose militia. But what happened is that the elite infantry just pushed the militia out of the defensive fortifications here. So I was too tricky for my own best. And apparently I'm trying to establish a line of forts back here along the river. Okay, Moscow area. How's it going here? Delete. I'm gonna call this the Rzhev line, I suppose. Or Rzhev, here's Rzhev. Rzhev Vector. Okay. So they're coming from Veliki Luki, the railway hub, and they're heading towards Rzhev. Not that many, I mean, I'm not strong here. I remember not prioritizing this area. These are basically skeleton forces. But you see a couple of, you see regiments in this line. He's splitting up some of his divisions. And it would appear my Vyazma line is holding on quite nicely. But what do you see here? The Germans have entered they crossed the major river here. Oh, it's not a major river, it's just a minor river. But they pushed back the militia army. And you remember how I talked in earlier turns about I was afraid to have the militia in the line? Now, you know, I got punished for that. They cracked the river line here. I should have held it with better troops. So that was a mistake. And then we have a decent Tula line here. You know what? I'm gonna check my 4th tank army because I'm kind of following them. How many tanks do they have now? 1,200? They used to have 1,500. Alright, so where did I lose all the 1,000 tanks? I don't know. Okay. Voronezh sector. Delete. The Voronezh sector is looking nice. And after fighting for Kursk, it seems that I abandoned Kursk or got pushed out. We do have a secondary mechanized line, and we do have some airborne troops setting up defenses around Voronezh and the river here. We even have a couple of cavalry blocking with zone of control. Because there is a heavy push here. I mean, that's obvious. I wouldn't call these defenses strong, but there are at least multiple lines. Defense in depth. Let's see. Did we fight a lot here? Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't abandon Kursk. They pushed me out of Kursk. So another reason why I had such heavy losses this turn might be due to this area. All right. So Kharkov area. Yep, you can see that the Germans are pushing me out from behind Kharkov, out onto the steppes. And the Germans, they just walk into Rostov. Remember how I had some nice mechanized troops in the, let's see, 138. Maybe I abandoned. I don't know. But 6 attacks into Stalino. That's interesting. Let's see the last one. 14 tanks lost. I only lost. Okay, so that's just a no. We routed, but the losses are quite small. I guess this is a good tank division that we were fighting. It's also a reserve, so we got a reserve. Oh, it was the mechanized division with a tank division in reserve. That's why we got such good defensive result. But we lost anyway. So after 6 attacks into Rostov, we lost. Then 4 here and 3 here. Okay, so we fought savagely for Rostov, but we lost it, and we lost Leningrad, and we lost Kursk. I remember thinking, like, how the hell can I get beat up? I used to be quite good at, containing the AI in War and East 1, the first version. Now, I felt like, Jesus, I'm getting trashed here. And I realized how difficult, 120% difficult the level was. Oh, and they take out this port here. All right. What about? Yeah, they're not able to break the river line on Kerch. Wait, delete. Yeah, they attack a lot, but we're still defending this river line here. And as you can see, our main defense line here has level 2 forts. And I have a bunch of forts all around Sevastopol building up. Okay. Odessa is gone. A disastrous turn for the Soviet Union. Turn 13, the 14th of September. Let's see if we can salvage the situation in turn 15. Oh, turn 15 and kitchen sink. And Svatovo pocket, 7 division. Yeah, I think that was the catastrophe we were talking about. So we're gonna see a pocket. One of the few the AI managed to create in this campaign. But it's called kitchen sink, the 5th of June, because I'm throwing in everything. It's like, the mud must come. It's the end of September. October is here. I need mud. We're losing only 88,000 troops, and we actually increase our strength on map. With artillery, 122,000 more infantry, 500 tanks. Yeah, we'll lose a couple of airplanes. We lost 500 airplanes. As you can see, our airplanes losses they have been quite high all through all these months. So I actually want to check what is the airplane strength on map right now. Oh yeah, look at this. 6,000, 5,000, 4,000, down to 3,000. Did I do the right thing to throw in all these old aircrafts here, losing around 3,000 of them? I think I did. I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do? But this is interesting, right? I really been fighting the last couple of weeks. My AFV strength, you know, I deployed tank armies, lost a bit fighting, and now I'm picking it up again. Almost 7,000. Artillery wise, you know, I lose a bit. Combat casualties, no great encirclements. Men, yeah, this is actually looking, you know, the Axis, whatever they're doing, they're losing troops. And I'm kind of trying to get up there. Keep myself above 3 million men. And you can see the weather has changed. We have some rain, some light mud here, is it? Humid, light mud, yeah. So already end of September, we're starting to get some light mud. And I'm sure I was thrilled about that. Okay. We're gonna delete the old. Right, so we're keeping the two Iranian bomb fortresses. We still have a couple of provinces inside Leningrad. So at this stage, did they fight me? Sure. Ooh, I made counterattacks. Interesting. See, first we retreat, losing 5,000 troops. But then I counterattack with 2 infantry divisions. No, wait. They defend with 2 regiments, whereof one reinforces a reinforcement, a reserve, sorry. They lost 500 men, we lost 500 men, but with 71,000 troops attacking, we managed to make a retreat. But imagine how many of these gain guard experience victories. So that was important. Cool. Lots of fighting around Leningrad. However, where's the Leningrad HQ? I would say I'm probably above 500,000. Nope. Leningrad is down 100,000 men. I do have tanks up here now. Was I desperate enough to send tanks to the marches of Leningrad? Yep, I was. Look, I have tank divisions up here. That means I wouldn't normally do that. Not that the terrain up here with light forest and even some open hexes is the worst thing you can do to use tanks, but it's a very limited area where you can use it, so usually it's not a good... I must have been desperate for forces overall. Let's examine the Rzhev area. First we delete the old, and then we see south of Lake Ilmen. Very thinly held skeleton skirmish line all the way down here, but we're holding, and I don't think we see a lot of combat at this area. Actually, we do. All right, here's the thing. 5 attacks. Here is where I maybe start noticing that maybe the AI now, when they're coming to a close of their summer and early fall offensive. They've taken Leningrad, Kursk, they've taken Stalino, they pushed me out of Kharkov. They're doing great. They haven't done any great encirclements since the beginning of the war, and yet they are starting to make multiple attacks here. Their infantry has caught up. We're now pressed up against us. We have casualties each turn from just standing next to each other, and I'm not so sure the German AI is doing what's in their best interest, giving me a lot of guard victories this way. I feel... Here's my first guard troop, I suppose. The 10th Guards Rifle Division. It has 54 morale, and it can have 60, so I need to get the morale up on this unit. Although troop seems to be quite experienced. They're all above 50, way up. So that's a good division to have. Anyways, let's examine the Moscow sector. Delete. Vyazma is still holding, but there is a hole in the line. No, there isn't. I actually keep this bulge down here, and I'm not so sure that's... Look at this bulge here, Vyazma bulge. And it certainly appears like the Germans are pushing my... Is this... No. This can't be only militia. Of course, I do have a lot of... I have 2 tank armies in the secondary defense line. So that would be like, I don't know, almost 3,000 tanks. Pre-war, bad, old times, but still. Now Ryazan has kind of a defensive force here. We have a this is Tambov, so we call this, I try to remember, the Tambov line. Yeah, it's a skirmish. I mean, it's not much of a line. But, right, we have been pushed out of Tula. I kind of didn't notice when that happened. Did I abandon it? I missed what happened. Did I just pull back here? Run? I think I must have ran one turn. This one? No. The previous turn, it must have been. Do you want to go back and check what happened? I'm kind of confused about... I guess I just retreated a huge distance here up to the river line. Because I was low on forces. Yes, it lengthened my line, but at least I didn't get encircled. And obviously we can see the Axis are pushing into the line straight towards Moscow here. And they're also pushing a bit 5 attacks towards Vyazma. I must have felt this is not a catastrophe yet here, but the pressure is extremely heavy. And I'm feeling like something's got to break. We'll see. I know something is breaking. Voronezh area. Yeah. Doing a lot of attacking here. Actually, are you serious? Did I hold all these battles? Scouted, 5 scouted. 4 scouted. Okay, so I got 11 scouted results here. Probably, maybe from the Italians attacking. Are these Italians? I have to say, I hope they have improved the AI over 2 years of development since then. This is not good AI play. Giving me 11 guard improvement victories here. Shouldn't do that. Voronezh front is strong. Let's go to... I'll still call this the Kharkov. Wait a minute. Where the hell are we? What's this? Oh, this is... Oh, look at this! Yes! Here it is! Disaster has struck in the south. Disaster has struck. Only 2 attacks here. Okay, so it would have been interesting to see how the turn looked at the beginning. But obviously I was defending the river line here, right? You can see the forts. And obviously I was defending here where they broke through, and a little bit here. Right. So the Germans, they broke into here. So 1, 2, only 3 provinces. And how the hell they could have advanced all the way, let's call it, this way, without any combat? Didn't I defend? Did I miss a turn? No, I didn't. As far as I remember, we were defending on the river behind Kharkov. I might actually just open a save or two after this, is to check out this area. But the main thing is that now we have our first major pocket since that the AI created. I think it's around 70,000 troops in here. And obviously I've tried to crawl with them. And what this means is that this line, no forts, you can see they're all one defense, probably pretty banged up. And here we have a bit of a skirmish line. This is disaster again. But I don't understand how we got from the Kharkov River line all the way over here. Alright. And what about Rostov? No, yeah, Rostov maybe we should, or okay. Apparently I fell back from Stalino to here, and they're now pushing in towards Rostov, but at least, no, these are all cavalry. We only have a handful of infantry divisions here. Wow. It's not looking too good, is it? And on Kerch, we have a major push across the river. 5 attacks, 2, 3 attacks. They're not pushing down towards Sevastopol itself, and I guess I'm keeping this line from the port eastwards into the mountains. But how am I doing here? I'll tell you what's gonna happen here is that I don't know if I noticed it by now, but I have supply problems down here. The port capacity is not enough to supply an entire army group front. Southern front. Southern front is inside Sevastopol fortress. Yep, here it is. And because of that, I can't tell you how large it is, but it's probably 3, maybe even 400,000 troops. And I remember putting a lot of heavy artillery down here, of course air units, but I think what I had to do was put the air units back in Taman Peninsula here, so my supply, yeah, oh, port supply was messed up. Your troops would get isolated and it was a bug. So not only was there hard supplying, there was a bug. Very bad. Right, so I would say a bit of a catastrophe, especially this pocket here. Okay, let's quickly jump back to the start of turn 15. Actually, what is this? Let's see. Is this the start of the Axis turn? Well, wait. AI turn, is it oh shit, I'm sorry, I'm cheating here. Well, I'm now, oh shit, can I stop this? Jesus, I'm sorry. I wonder if I can turn this off. I'm not gonna be able to turn it. Okay, can I load another save? Can I increase the speed of the scout? This is horrible. So am I now gonna watch the AI? Okay. Pause. Okay, let's pause here. Okay. Can I? And I can't scroll around on the map. Why did I do this? I don't know how to quit from this. I increase the speed by just closing down? No. It's gonna take a long time. There must be a way you can get out of... you know what? I'm just gonna turn off the... Bear with me. I'm gonna close down the client. Yeah. Sorry about that. End task. There we go. And restart it. Okay, don't start Access turns. Because the Access AI, you're gonna have to watch it. Don't say game. So, what turn can we... I would like to watch... Turn 15 start. And I'm just gonna check if my Twitch... Alright, we're back. Okay. First off, I don't want to... There we go. Okay, so... Yeah, the pocket has formed. Of course, and I'm trying to run out. Okay, this is not interesting. We're gonna go with turn 14. Did I skip a turn? I might have skipped a turn. Did I? I think I skipped a turn. Is that it? Because look. Yeah, I don't think we did this turn. Okay, that explains. I mean, we're setting up for that pocket here, right? You can see how I am so weak that they're gonna be able to encircle. What? And why didn't I pull out of here? Did I? I have to say I'm a little bit confused about this. Did I leave these forces here knowingly? Wow. Maybe I decided to hang on to the river line and these forts and just hoping. Is this the end turn? Yeah, it is. This is the end of turn 14, 21st of September. And nothing else, much else happens, right? Okay, so somehow okay, we have a lot of do we have any combats here? Yeah, so yeah, this explains it. Turn 13, I was defending around here, obviously. So my line, well, I don't know how they broke over this river, but anyway, they punish my forces severely here. And I fall back and I make a skirmish line here. I have a decent line here. Oh, I have tanks in the front line, so I'm very weak. But why am I keeping these guys here? It is a mistake, and I get the encircle, and I don't save scam and go back. I live with my mistake, at least. And you can see here, back here, we have a lot of beat up routed forces. And a secondary defense line up there. This is not good. Nothing is on the map. But here you can see the setup for the German turn 15 encirclement, like so. Sorry, I missed going through turn 14, definitely. I don't think there's much else to... yeah, we have more combats outside Kursk, heading towards Voronezh. Okay, we have a bunch of combats heading towards Moscow, Vyazma is quiet though. Valda Hills, entirely quiet. And look at lots of combats around Leningrad, south of Leningrad. So that's it. We're done. We end. Is this after moving the? The hell? Oh, right. I guess I did some reorganizing here. So here's the pocket. Oh, wrong color. Is this? Wait. I have named the save file incorrectly, so I apologize. We should not be examining this here. Yep, this is not the turn. It's turn 16. Okay. What we checked before the kitchen sink turn. That is the end of September. And September ends with a huge pocket, 70,000 Soviets. And what we talked about earlier. Okay, we did not kind of see how, but I guess they just attacked us and we were so weak we had to fall back. All right, a bit confusing there, but as you can see, in general, the AI is very strong, the Soviet forces, and my skill level is too low to defend them. The AI rarely do encirclements because it's not programmed well enough, but just the amount of losses is enough to push me slowly backwards. Okay, thanks for watching, hope you made it to the end. I apologize for my mistake there with the turns. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe to the channel to support not only me, but also War and Days 2, which is an excellent game. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.